Yeah, and national health, something.
National health
insurance.
service.
I think national health insurance.
But you know, when I said what's NHS, I'm talking about free SHS.
But Charlie, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you each time I see you here, there is something international. It's either a master class. I mean, you are trying to educate people.
Of course.
Always getting industry persons involved. What's up this time?
But he's not the one who's supposed to. I'm the lead for the thing.
Anyway,
because you know that.
Yes. That's why I said I know him to be. When it comes to master class,
GTA.
Okay.
It's a GTA Creative Art Council move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you just talk to Bart and you leave us.
Oh no, I won't leave you, Ish.
Okay,
how do I leave you?
We must do the intro.
All right, so please go ahead.
Then, okay. You know, this year we have Beyond the Return.
Yes.
Last year of return, the story is all over. We don't need to re-echo for people to think we are bragging.
Yeah.
And so the reinforcement of year of return is Beyond the Return. And so Beyond the Return started well early this year, and then honorable COVID came in. And so we've been locked for some time. Almost the whole world has been locked for some time. And then now we are gradually beginning to get the relief. And so because the airport is open, it means that people can still travel. People can still come in as tourists.
Yeah.
And so Beyond the Return is coming back, or it's back. We launched it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I watched it on TV.
Okay, it's back. And so this year, thank God, I'm part of the committee, and so I know whatever that is going on. And so Bart is our partner in the West, because he's our partner because he's our rep in Hollywood. So Bart has been part of a lot. Remember last year, the one with
Deborah Cox and
no, not the Deborah Cox one.
President of TV1, AJ Johnson.
Yeah.
You remember
when we had the
Lens of Culture.
Yeah.
But the Deborah Cox event was also part of the Year of Return.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, so that's why you mentioned Deborah Cox. So.
But before you continue, this okay. So Beyond the Return, won't it be affected by COVID? I mean, the patronage, everyone trying to be in his own corner. Oh, I wish I would go, but okay, let me reserve it.
Well, I think this is a 10-year plan. So even if it affects us this year,
I mean, towards the end
and
of
now
the year.
everybody,
9 more years to go.
Yeah.
9 more years.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the most important thing is that the equity or the goodwill has been established. Now you see that he was telling me about some deal he was bringing to some of the artists. He told me about the Guilty Beat.
Yeah.
Guilty Beat working with Beyonce.
Yes.
And all. It's because now if you mention Ghana to someone in the States or Germany or UK, the trees perception has been wiped off. It's been clean.
People living on trees.
Yeah.
So are we going to Ghana? You are going to Ghana. Which car? How many? Okay. I nearly said something.
You saw some of the interviews that Akon did last year talking about Africa. It's because Akon himself
is African.
It's Africa, and he has come back to see that Africa is also developing.
Yeah.
And so now Ghana has been shown that it's your home. Come back home anytime you feel like resting, holiday in. Let's not make it just Europe or Asia or the popular ones like Bahamas and Barbados and all of that. Hawaii. Now Ghana too has been established as a hub for tourists, and so especially black people. Yeah. But we'll throw more light on that when it gets to his turn. But this is a master class that Bat is here because he's the one who gets the resource people for us. Like I said, he's our agent. He's our rep to Hollywood when it comes to looking for the stars in the West. And so he's gotten us some great people who are coming to talk to us. You know, people mention Netflix. Some people in the film industry, when they hear Netflix, they hear it as conflicts. They don't even know this whole Netflix thing, what it's about. Yeah. Yes, you can watch Netflix, but as industry people, it's not just watching Netflix. We should know more than just watching Netflix. And so he's bringing some people who are going to take us through how the industry is going. One man made his voice and said that he was part of the making of the industry of South Africa. Yeah. And he's happy that Ghana is going into that space and is happy to be part of the ignition or the reignition of the Ghana film and music agenda. So I think Bat will be the one.
Okay, before Bat comes in, so when is this masterclass?
Next week, 30th September.
30th.
Yes.
30th is a Friday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. So next week, Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So, Bat, take it away. The last time I saw you, you were with Jamie Foxx and... Charlie, you're a big man, oh. You're a big man.
You're big, so.
You guys were chilling with Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Charlie.
Hey.
I think the year of return has brought a lot of awareness onto Ghana, what we have, what we can provide to the rest of the world. And everyone in the diaspora is looking forward to work with Ghanaians, especially in the areas of collaboration and partnership. And so this masterclass, we've brought together the best in the industry. We've got Vassal Benford. He is the chairman of the Benford Company. He's worked with people like Whitney Houston, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber's last album, he did it. He went platinum, over 1 billion sales. He is very interested in Ghana. He's very interested in the creative arts industry, and myself and Mark, and supported by the GTA, we've been liaising with him to, get some investment into Ghana, especially with the building of the studios, the Film Academy. And we're also working with the state of Atlanta. We're dealing with Asante Bradford. He is responsible for making Atlanta the second biggest hub in the creative industry after Hollywood. So he's also going to be speaking as well. He's very interested in animation and gaming. He wants to, he just texts me now saying, I want to create a cross-cultural exchange of content and training in animation and gaming and technology between Ghanaian creatives and the state of Atlanta.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on.
My son is interested in these animations.
Well, then you need to speak to Mark so he comes to the master class.
Your nephew, you need to connect him.
Yeah.
I'm happy my nephew wants to go into animation because it is the next thing.
Yes.
I don't know if my age will permit me to go and study. We had a meeting
You may not be interested drawing stuff.
See, we had a meeting, Zoom meeting 3 days ago, and I mentioned this. I was actually saying, boy. I mentioned that when Bart mentioned the animation, I said I had an interest in animation. Yeah. Years ago, I wanted to do Kokwa Nancy.
Yeah.
Some guys took my money, never came back.
Oh.
Yeah. Because Ochambe, we had a meeting here, so Kwame mentioned that, well, my son says he wants to do something, Spider-Man, he wants to do his version. So he was asking me to educate him on copyright.
Yeah.
That if he does it, what will happen? And Ochambe Kwame said, well, what he can do is like Kokwa Nancy. Something, and I told him that go to your mother's hometown and my phone baby bro, but me a pikibi, no a wizard man. We've seen Iron Man, one man, they all fly. Wizard man, he can also fly.
Kente man,
yeah, something. Yeah. So I to be a great pleasure to meet with him. So is he coming?
No, because of COVID, the first one. This is the first of a 3-series masterclass. So we are hoping that by December
we'll get him.
Almost all of them will come. We have Chris Rowland, who is a Netflix producer. His film Santana was #1 on Netflix worldwide for about 2-3 months, and he's going to. He was part of revamping the South African creative industry, and he's very interested in Ghana at the moment. He's thinking of doing the remake, because Netflix is asking him to do it, of Santana in Ghana with Ghanaian talent. And he'll be mentioning about all of that at the masterclass. We have people like Baron Davis, former NBA player and now an investor and producer. He has his company, The Slick, and he's also interested in the creative industry in Ghana. So myself and Mark are putting together business plans to make sure that, we can get them involved. Also, we've got Liman Raka. He's an actor for Tyler Perry Studios.
I saw you sent me a flyer yesterday, and I saw him.
Yes.
He I know very well.
Yes.
He does some good movies.
Yes.
Good looking, tall.
Tall, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
black.
Yes.
Tyler Perry was the one I wanted to mention. I said the name.
Yeah. Oh, later people were sending the messages that was Tyler Perry.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we've got all of them.
Is he also coming?
Well, we're hoping that he would, probably next year.
Okay.
Yeah. We have Philonis West and Etu Evans. They will be dealing with fashion because this masterclass is not just going to be dealing about film. It's going to be dealing with music. It's going to be dealing with arts, animation, gaming, fashion. And so we want to cover all the areas.
Yeah, one person said she's a stylist for.
Yes, Tyler Perry.
And she's done it for 30 years.
For 30 years, yes. Yeah, she's
Wow.
an Oscar award winner with Regina King on The Watchmen. She was
Wow.
head of department for The Watchmen, Philonis West. And with the moderator for this is Professor Eleanor L. She's the director of film at Hampton University. So we've got like the best in the industry that is going to do this for us. We've got Shelby Stone. She is the president of Commons production company. She's also very interested. In fact, as soon as I called her, she's like, I'm writing a script. And apparently, the story is about Ghana. This is divine. I need to speak to you. This was the first 5 minutes we started talking. So she will be on there. I mentioned Chris Rowland, Vassal Benford. He is also very interested in our music industry. You know, people may get hits in Ghana, but they are not known anywhere because, unfortunately, we don't buy the music. We go download it free on YouTube and that. But to be big, your music needs to be streamed on all these networks, Spotify, iTunes, and all that. He has a deal with Warner Brothers, and he's very interested to
Warner
give
Brothers.
at least 3 people in Ghana. We've already started.
One audio.
Yes.
Okay, so this is fashion designer for Beyonce. Solange knows. Is it a sister?
That's
too?
the sister.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Solange.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erika Badu, Danny Glover, Chris Tucker, Little Kim.
Yeah.
Hey, let's say no any packet.
Yeah. And then your man, the late John Singleton.
John Singleton. Okay.
Yes. So this is the.
Hello, I'm Mitsu Evans, celebrity fashion designer and entrepreneur. I'm very excited to participate in the Black Stories Matter Masterclass, scheduled on September 30th. I'm particularly intrigued to explore
Oh, why no?
Africa is the stitch of civilization and the hem of our culture. I believe that our words are like threads, and our stories, they weave the very tapestry of our legacy. Long live Africa.
Hey, but a lady just sent you a message that you are her brother.
I look forward to being part of the September 30 panel discussion.
Who that?
I've long held that
Rowland.
Ghana is
He
most
has number
likely to
one
be
on
the
it.
next major production destination in Africa. I was fortunate enough to be part of that process in South Africa. And if given the opportunity, I look forward to doing the same thing with Ghana. I look forward to seeing you all on September 30.
Try as much as you can to get us the audios. My producers will contact you so they
Sure.
can.
But
mark, please.
but you see, well, you know, when you cross over to Togo, contumely come across as flowers.
But we enjoy it
Yeah.
mixed with our
So
rice and.
these are big names in the arts in the US. But because you do not know them here, they are contemporary to you. So, guys, for me, I always say knowledge is power. We are where we are because we lack some knowledge.
Yes.
We are also better than some other countries because we are developed in our minds better than some other countries. That's why. And so we can only opt for the best. So we should push to get better and better and better. Somebody told me, one person from the Ministry of Tourism said, oh, they went to one of these African countries and noticed Ghana was developed. Ghana wasn't developing. It was actually developed. Because a hotel like a Golden Tulip or La Palm, La Badi Beach Hotel wasn't available.
Yeah.
And Minister Barbara Otinjesi, Honorable, had to sleep in one of those below standard hotels because there was no other And he said, can't you get a better one? He said, oh, this is the best.
Hey, I don't pony.
So for me, if we get some of these opportunities, let's not see them as flowers. We should see them as contumely.
Right.
And make good use of them, so that in the arts, one simple small secret somebody will teach you can change your destiny forever. I told you that Mallet went to do some recording in London, and when he came back, it was a difference at Mallet. That was how he had become that big till now. I don't know what he saw, what he heard.
Sure.
So let's take advantage of this. I'll sit there religiously and listen religiously, because it's a big deal for me. And we are going to send invite to you directly and any practitioner in the arts. In case you've not received and you have an interest in, please call Frankie 5 so that he puts your name on
RSVP.
Yes. So that we can, if you don't know Frank, this is Frankie 5's number. This is purely an industry thing. So
You are putting
please,
Frankie 5's number on air.
Yes, industry people, call Frankie 5 0244 549944. Again, industry people 0244 549944. He's called Frank. In case we've not received your invite and you want to be part of it, because we are not going to allow just anybody to enter. We want people, yes.
Apart from that COVID protocol.
Yeah, so that's why we are not going
These
to allow.
are very serious investors. You know, like I mentioned,
So
Pastor Benford,
please, Mark mentioned industry players. So music,
music,
film, fashion.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for example, Pastor Benford, he is the investor. He was the investor for 300. I don't know if you ever
Yeah, I've
saw
seen
it.
300. There was a Ghanaian in there.
He's also executive producer on Power TV show. And I'm happy to announce that we are now looking for a Ghanaian to star alongside Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Mark, you know Mark Wahlberg?
I know Mark Wahlberg has my name, Mark.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Bunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's Marky Mark.
Yes, that's Marky Mark.
Oh, Marky Mark.
Marky Mark turned Mark Wahlberg when he became an actor.
Yeah, you told me. You told me
Yeah.
before. Marky Mark.
Good vibrations.
Good vibration.
Yeah.
Yes. Some Azan rap.
Yeah, so I think the Creative Art Council, GTA, they've done a lot to put Ghana on the map. I mean, we saw how many people that came here over the last year, and I believe that Beyond the Return, it's already started. This is the very first program we are doing under the Beyond the Return. So I think we should all put our resources and our energy in and make Ghana the hub for film music in Africa. I think this is our time, and we need to grab it. That's why we call this Black Stories Matter, forging partnership between Ghana and our African American brothers to build collaborations, and partnership. So this is our time. We've got the best in the industry. We've got the biggest Netflix producer, Chris Rowland, on there, Shelby Stone, who's worked with a lot of people. Vassal Benford, I keep mentioning his name because he's got 57 platinum albums.
Charlie, don't be small.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That when you hear some of these things, it sounds flowers, but they are not.
Yes.
So Google. Today, thank God we have Google. If you think he's telling a lie, just Google and try and know the people, because this is our attitude.
And this is Vassal Benford.
Charlie. Whole phone so sounding.
Hello, Ghana. My name is Vassal Binford. I'm chairman of the Binford Company. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Black Stories Matter Masterclass with my business partner, Professor Eleanor Earl, and other esteemed guests. A special thanks to the Ghana Tourism Authority and the Bridge Zone for the opportunity to join you. I'll see you soon. I'm looking forward. Thank you.
Wow. Some messages, some tweets coming in. The first tweet really cracked me up. Ralph General says, Brandy, please tell Mark to send Sadiq a personal invite. So invite you.
Yes. We are sending Sadiq one.
Yes.
Everybody is coming.
Uncle Rex.
The pundits. For me, industry things like this, you do not need to even be a filmmaker or a musician to take part. Knowledge is power. It broadens your horizon, the scope in which you operate, your worldview. sometimes even entrepreneurs, how these people are going to carry themselves, how they communicate, and where they've come from and where they are. It's a motivator. It will inspire you that it is doable.
Yeah.
Because these people, some of them also started as nobody like us, and they've become these great people. And then networking is important. What does BAT have? It's the people. Networking. If you have the people, you have power.
Yeah.
And so even if I sent Teddy Riley a message recently, and then he replied with some humble, notion and all of that.
He's always that calm.
If I have Teddy Riley, I have almost all the big boys in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because, if I'm looking for
Babyface.
Teddy Riley
Teddy will link you up.
Sure, you have Bat. Bat is connected to all these people. Indirectly, we have Hollywood.
Yeah.
Guess what? But this one, I'll code it. But Bat tells me that, Charlie Mark, I connected one of your people. You won't believe that Zoom meeting, he didn't come.
Zoom keke.
He didn't come. He didn't show up. And some other person showed up. He was like sitting in some bathroom or something doing the Zoom meeting.
Oh.
Professional meeting great people. You see, that's because ethics of business, entrepreneurship, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
So even if we give you all these people and then what results are we going to get? And but when you begin to hear great people speak, sometimes what we say to them every time about our attitude, they will think that, we're more there. But these attitudes, you know what happened in the last masterclass? The two ladies you brought.
Yeah.
AJ Johnson.
AJ Johnson.
And Michelle Rice.
Correct. They asked one simple question in the masterclass. They said, how many of you know us? Just one person. And then they said, it's a problem. You knew our names. They said, yes. I said, so why didn't you do a little research on that before you came? Because it could be that we are here to tell you lies. Whatever we're going to say is untrue. But if you are ready, you are that hungry, you knew about our names. Prepare. Master classes, you prepare. That's why the people should go to
ask
these
questions.
People. Correct. So you prepare ahead of time before you meet us. Yeah. There was only one person who was able to say some 2 lines about them. Yeah. The rest of them didn't even know about them. So the mind is not ready. Yeah. And we must
maybe we hadn't come yet. At least we had seen her dance in the house party video. House party music.
The film. The people in the room didn't know about
house
the
party.
House party.
True.
Dance. But you were there.
Yes. I think it's high time we start doing our own research.
Yes.
Because if you go into a serious meeting, they would ask, they'll drill you. No investor will just put even $1.
But this should address my point why Dr. Yuen can mishandle.
Let's not talk about Dr. Yuen.
Because the guy gave you invite to come for an award connected to UN. Just pick your phone and find out that award that you've never heard of. United Nations doing something.
Yeah.
But a lot of us fail into this.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to prepare. We like the garnishing. But the taproot, we leave it.
Yeah. I also think any up-and-coming musician, actor, actress should tune in. I think Hitz FM, you'll be streaming it live. The Beyond the Return will also be streaming it. Nice. And Year of Return as well. And the Brizo, my company, will be streaming it as well. So, we have a first look deal with a lot of production companies in the U.S. So anything that you have, if you have a script that you wanted to look at, we could help you develop it and get it out there. You could have credits for it. You could have good money for it. So, it's all about cross-collaboration between Ghana and the U.S. So let's make it happen.
He mentioned stream. Actually, Hitz FM will transmit live from the ground. Okay. Hitz FM is there. I mean, we are broadcasting that day from the time it will start and we are taking views of the people in-house, and the whole discussion will be live on radio as well. Because we are discriminating because of COVID, we're doing direct invite or marketing, and so we are not going to allow too many people who would wish they want to come to the place.
So they can listen.
It's actually Kempinski too, and so it's.
We are not going to Attic.
No. This is bigger.
When we finish, we'll chop lunch.
We are looking at yes.
Let me know so I
we'll chop lunch before and after.
Before and after. Well, the networking is important.
Yes.
People coming to meet, because throughout the COVID time, a lot of us have not met. So, yes, we are in our mask, every 2 hours we are breaking as president has instructed us to do. And so we will go by the protocols.
Yeah.
And you, the viewer, or even if you are not into Showbiz,
Yeah.
it is important you know about some of these
Some
things.
of these things.
So you can watch on your phone, you can listen to Hitz FM 360. Every part, any place you move, you see us.
Few comments. All right. Maniti says, well, ethics and professionalism is a big problem in Ghana, exactly as Mark just said. Original Slice says, I've watched Santana and they indeed mentioned Ghana. I'm hoping when the time comes, our actors will be featured. It's very nice. It's a very nice movie. Kudos. Okay. Now, Bart, thank you. Thank you very much. We have to talk about, though, you know, I was in London where you called me about some issue.
Yes.
Yes. So, since Boss is here, we for corner after enjoying our fufu.
We can make it happen in 2021, yes.
But
how do you call his name?
Bart.
Make the R strong.
So Bart. I don't know. It's going to be Bart.
Annabelle will get upset.
There's one lady who is like beyond the return.
Okay.
The lead for beyond the return office. She's called Annabelle.
Okay.
And she's lived in the West. And so when she Bart, so don't say Bart.
It's
Bart.
Bart.
Animal
Right.
Bart.
Olasti says, Andy, we are very grateful for this great initiative. God bless the brains behind this. _Belgo says, Andy, I'm so happy the big giants in the creative industry are doing well to invest and promote our local creatives. I'm so happy, and may God help us realize our dreams.
Amen.
Okay. Yesterday,
I just want to say a big thank you to the GTA, Makwesi Ajiman, the Creative Art Council. I mean, Mark is one. I just don't know how to describe him, but if you call him 2 a.m., 3 a.m., he will still answer. And yourself
Mark,
as well, Mark. And
you
yourself
pick
as
up.
well.
Hey, they you are very special human. Very, very. Even if this man, if you owe him and you want to pay him his money,
He won't answer.
But is special. We just clicked for the first time we met.
Okay.
You know, you just meet somebody you don't even know, but you just connect.
Right.
You know, and I like his humility with all his connections and the things he's seen. You know, recently he gave me his background. I was surprised.
Don't say it.
I was surprised because of his level of humility and the way he sees things. I was with him at the Kim Promise
listening,
and the way he sat quietly. I was watching him body language because I know my people. If any other Ghanaian had gotten this opportunity, he was asked to lie on the ground, so he walks on the carpet. But Bart is not like that. So we are happy to have somebody like him. We'll go a long way with him.
Okay. Bart. Thank you. Thank you. But yesterday we saw a video of you trending.
Myself?
Mark.
Oh, okay.
He said you received £500 of Sarkodie's production of Party and BS.
Yeah.
500. This is the first.
Yeah, this is the first.
So in this case, Zap is also taking his.
I'm sure.
As well as Doneo and Idris.
Yes.
So that's some good money, £500.
It's like I said, it is not for. I mean, £500 a year.
Oh, of course. I mean, but it's some good money. £500.
It's the fact that the industry is beginning to recognize how we should structure our things and how things must be done. I'm sure that Mallet had received some mechanical royalties for all the jobs he did in the 90s.
If only they are well published.
That's what I'm saying.
Most of them just leave them.
That's what I'm saying, that this money didn't come from Gamro. It came from pounds. It should be PSI or some other. But I'm not sure. I'm sure this is from sale. The iTunes streams, yeah. So I'm sure that's where it came from. I've not spoken to Angel to even know the details as to whether it came from this and that. For me, my interest was how we can jump on this to tell the story, because we are often, Sakodia say, Sakodia say if you no, Sakodia say if you go take Dr. UN, Sakodia say if you do music against Shatawali, you know those things. But for me, I think that it's a good thing he's done. He brought me the contract that the record, the publisher wanted me to sign. They actually chased me. We were doing Hero for Kwame Eugene.
Okay.
At
The Hero
233.
concert.
So that was where the guy brought the document for me to sign. And then he said he wanted to talk to Zap. Zap must also sign his. That's why I said I'm sure Zap also received his. But even if nobody knows the way, some of these young guys have seen the way. And they'll be able to tell the story. And that is why I want this topic, all the media houses to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's why I did this. I'm not often a person who will talk on social media. But I actually called the social media person and said, I'm doing this, shoot me. We must start it from somewhere. It could start because some people take royalties of hundreds of thousands of pounds and dollars, correct? But why would you want to make noise about 500 pounds? It's because it's a good starter. Somebody must start it. Because we often hear that, oh, even the beat makers, we say when they finish the beat, they don't get anything. Oh, backing vocalists, they don't get anything. The artist takes it all. Sack has done this with Party, and you say we shouldn't say
It's BS.
so BS, Party, but they know it's the other
They
way.
know.
So I shouldn't say it.
No, say.
Okay. So Party and BS. I'm sure Idris Elba is way bigger than 500 pounds.
What the hell?
Uh-huh. But the fact that, and you know, these artists, Andy, they go for, even if it's 100 pounds, they go for it. It is a principle. It's a principle. But in Ghana, you see somebody say, I'm bigger than this amount, I won't take it. No, it's a principle. And I've put it on record. I got this amount. My daughters in future say, oh, my daddy got this amount. I remember when I was little, he mentioned that Sarkodie's Party and BS, he got this. That's the whole concept. 500 pounds. And those of us who believe in buildings, you can buy close to
cement.
Correct. You know. So that's the whole concept. Yeah.
All right, so we are not going to America. Eh?
You know, I'm not a fan of this Kumerica thing you guys are making noise about at all, because I believe in, whilst people are running into your culture and you want to sell your culture to them, you are busily here naming your own culture after America. And so whilst we are preaching you of return, you're also taking us back and calling yourselves some towns in America. No wonder, because Ghana, we have Brekum Chelsea. We have, you know.
Yeah, but I they are doing well with their music anyway.
But my concept, my idea is that, my viewpoint or my worldview is that, why should we name our towns
Crow from Ohio.
after
So, I mean,
some towns,
Miami.
the provinces in the West? Why? What? Yes, they will never choose Kofrom. You will never find Kofrom in
New York.
Massachusetts or wherever. But we are always looking for names. You see, it tells you how we think. That we feel weak. We don't feel the power we have. Jamaicans, they dress anyhow on stage. Their reggae is their reggae. And they pump this reggae concept, and in the 80s, reggae was conscious. That's the whole idea. We are selling consciousness about Africa. They were in Jamaica and they were still selling their roots. And reggae conquered the world, or have conquered the world, because they are still relevant to date. So if we get the opportunity as celebrities, what are we selling? We can't sell R&B to R. Kelly.
He owns it.
He owns it. Even if in prison, R. Kelly owns it. People, Bryson disagrees, but he's still R. Kelly. So if you have the chance as young people doing music, and let me tell you, when we went to do the launch in Kumasi for the new theater we want to do, even the chief who came as a rep was honoring Kumerica.
Really?
One of the top chiefs, yes, sat in for some big chief, and he made mention of Kumerica. I was so disappointed. I couldn't voice out there, but I said that, what are we? Who are we? Do we believe in ourselves? Whether it's fantastic, whether it doesn't sound well, I know towns in this country that the names are funny to me, like Chantai. But it is Chantai.
We are there, Chantai. Man here.
I think it all boils down to identity.
Yes.
African Americans now have realized that, their identity.
They're still not Americans.
Yeah,
Yes.
their identity was given to them by a slave master. So they are now adopting African names. So majority of the people that,
Kofi. My name is Kofi.
Yeah, we led them to Ghana. It's like, am I going to have a naming ceremony? Am I going to have a new name because I don't want my name anymore? So I think the Kumerica people, Kumerica, they are doing well, but they should rather brand whatever they are trying to do in Ghana, like the Santasi and all that. So you can slang the Santasi to make it fun, if that's what you're looking for, but not adopting American names in that. I don't think.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's speak with music producer Way Yoting. Yesterday, Way Yoting also went very hard on them, and I hear the likes of Bernard Adusi Poku and Reggie Rockstone have also come at him. Way Yoting, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. So, Kumerica, say what?
Andy, a very good morning. Akumak, good morning, and good morning to everybody in the studio. When I speak about this, I believe I have the right to speak about it because I grew up in Kumasi, schooled in Kumasi. You know, I'm a pure Ashanti by birth, both parents. It's not like anybody who is out there and want to talk about, what is happening. But my concerns for talking about this is, for once, I felt my people or my region people were making us feel inferior. It's like, I mean, when you mention Ashanti region, when you mention Kumasi, see the power it carries. When you go outside Ghana and all that, you hear Kumasi Market, you hear KJT Market, you hear all those things out there because our people are proud and are projecting us. So all of a sudden, what happened to the fact that if we don't attach America to whatever we are doing, then we can't sell it well, or people won't appreciate what we are doing. I believe some group of guys coming together to spearhead a movement is a great deal. But what we shouldn't forget is, if you're not careful, those behind you might not be able to see before you, but rather see where you stood, and they will take it from there. So, in my opinion, this whole Kumerica thing was a failed thing on arrival because we have so many great things. And the part that even gets me chills is when you see these guys having all this, huge quotes and
the chinchilla
on Chale, and you ask yourself, say, Kumasi papa, and you have these guys having this, trying to pop champagne and all that. And I mean, popping champagne was a canapé or popping champagne. That is right. But renaming our suburbs, Atonsu you say, where you say. Reggie came at me saying, if I think this is what will be happening now, then it is. I have a problem. I should go seek help where I can find help because it's a joke. He himself then said that if anybody thinks he patronizing him, he running around saying he's the second president. If people want to believe it, then it's their own case. Then I felt Reggie then shot him own self because we saying you are the second president was because you projected something that is chi. That the whole chi rap thing on the hip hop beat, you projected it to the next level because you fabricated by and now what's a brothel. Why didn't you speak Chi, the English, on the rap thing you were doing, but decided to take Chi on? Because you believe that we can also take whatever we have, project it, and, sell it to the world. And that is what you did. So the people and yourself said, wow, we are sacred president. In the music scene, because you have projected something that people had not thought of then. And when people say we are sacred president, if they believe you are truly the sacred president, then you might be, they might be joking. Then I don't know where he even stands. But the main thing is, me, or thing as a producer, this whole American thing is a failed on arrival. I think there's some guys wants to do something, but we can brand it well, push it well. The youth can have an agenda because there are two things, the youth and then the elderly. Gradually, the elderly are fading out. We, the youth, are taking over. But in taking over, what and how are we positioning ourselves to take over right? If we don't take care, after yearning will believe say there is something that exists that we should follow. That actually is not the truth. Into all this American thing, I mean, when people conceive ideas, the only thing we do is how to better the idea, make it well, so it becomes something that stays. Yenoma eba nature is because we don't solidify the idea and make it ours. We end up taking things from people all the time, and that has been our problem. So I believe, so going forward now, Kumasi is a beautiful name. All over the world, when you mention Ashanti region, it carries some energy and power. Let's take away all this American feel. Just like Uncle Mark said, we are bringing people here to sell what we have to them. Now, what is trending on social media, what is trending on number one is Kumerica, Ohio, and all that. Then what are they actually coming to? We have every right as a generation to be innovative, but we shouldn't be innovative in the wrong way, because practically the negativity in the song that preaches about Kumasi is more than the positivity in the song. So what are you actually selling? I believe we have the chance to make things right, and we should make things right now than to wait for these things to get out of us. Akuma Kasi Chief bi ohonoma obe acknowledge Kumerica. Onu Kumerica na nkasa no tiasie saying. If we what does it stand for? Because there are so many street slangs. You decide, they say, we will pitch it to the mainstream and make it the order of the day. Trust me, we will not go anywhere. We will lose it as a people, because as I'm talking to you right now, my own Kumasi, Kumasi Krampo, Enyom Ben, Kumasi, Enyom Ben. What music actually signifies Kumasi? Enyom Ben, your bar, said the Kasa Wulomea, everybody says, wow, Sankran for no dear. It's something else altogether. See, what can we stand for? We are actually killing everything and adapting things that doesn't represent us. And that has always been my problem. So the earlier we think as youth, put ourselves together, have forums, and see how we can bring the best out of what our forefathers left for us, project it, rebrand it, just like Reggie rebranded Wacheya and Amamfweni Eji Wache Huamukwakudi. Let's also rebrand whatever we have and sell it beautifully to the people, our Kente, our Kwesidae, our Adowa, or whatever. Let's rebrand it well and stop all this Kumerican, Ohio, and all that. It will never take us anywhere.
Well, I think well spoken. So but how well do you understand the Kumerica? Okay, the word Kumerican. How well do you understand it, and what does it represent?
I represent Kumasi in America, and Kenya's uncle Munkonko Santa at the end of winter. Unless you want to tell me something else. America. When you say American, I'm saying it is Kumasi and America joined. Because those three boys now almost started. I saw it on social media. We're from Kumerica, man, with some Hyundai accent. I mean, Hyundai accent is a very beautiful car. It depends on where you want to ride it to. What am I saying? But in all, no, it's just Kumasi, any America. Because Cementia says no Krampo Kumerica. Why then name Bantama so high? Why then I might be mistaken with the names and how they've named it. But why then rename our suburbs to all these places? Adebi Ohonoma.
Well, but they said it's just for fun on social media.
It's just for fun on social media.
They say they're just having fun and nothing really serious.
Oh, okay. Then I see there are a bunch of jokers then. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to have fun with your life. But I believe so when you want to have fun. Andy, it turns something else. We started production as a passion, like as a joke from church, playing instruments and all that. But because we started something that has a future, now we are chopping from it. And I believe, sir, even if you want to have fun, we live in a world where now books are not the only solution to riches. So whatever you want to start, whatever you want to dedicate your time for, I would tell everybody, if you want to dedicate your time for something, dedicate your time or have fun with something that has a better future. So that, if there is something coming out, Ajay is having fun. Jerusalem soup. He is having fun. But at the end of the day, there's one thing that he's doing. That is projecting Ghanaian foods and also making money out of streams if he has positioned himself right, just like Uncle Mark said. And even though he's joking, he's word playing, but he's adding some value. Or maybe it can become a trend. You will have people writing great stuff for him, and he'll be making money out from. Just like anybody else who started something as a joke, but rather that thing had a brighter future. So I believe that if you want to start something, let's not print T-shirts, put a green porcupine in there. I mean, that's even misrepresentation. Our porcupine as kotoko is red. It's not green. And if you are playing with something, I believe that there is no time. Joke with something that has a future, so your passion or your play can manifest into money some few times to come. If not, you better winter coat you hanum say ya they are grown and hanum say ya at a point when nothing comes out. What wasted with years of something, and when frustration sets in, it's a whole disaster on its own. So I mean, I love these great guys who came together to put such an idea together. People are making ends out of it by doing music, which in my opinion is not really selling anything. But if we can brand it very well, if we can move it to the next step and make sure, say, the future will lead to something else. I won't be surprised if these guys brand this thing very well, can sit down with Otunfo and tell Otunfo their ideology and how through the youth we will want to promote. And trust me, even Otunfo is in the fan. And boys are traveling all over to sell Ghana or sell Kumasi or sell Ashanti region in a different level. And this can be a trend. Youth from different regions can pick up something, unique and sell it. And before you realize, the year of return, we can be selling something to them, even though they are still, or most of them won't be here or will not get the chance to come here. And I believe that we have a lot we can do. But the thing is, are we starting right? When the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the building is on, it will be shaky and it will never stand.
Thank you very much. Well spoken. I think, as I said, in due time, I'll get my pundits to react to it. But for now, I think Mark will touch on it and we'll end it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your weekend.
Everybody listening to Hitz. Thank you.
Right. So,
I think that I agree with what I don't know what Reggie Roxton has said, but in my own viewpoint, I've seen Reggie that he never.
Let me try and get what Reggie said. Please go ahead.
Reggie will never correct any of these young men who are doing hip life in case they even go wrong. That is what I've seen. Anytime a hip lifer does something, it's right. So let's leave it like that. But you see, when I decided that I wanted to rebrand Nima, I named it Nima Presidential Area because the president's home is at Nima. And it's still Nima, but I've added some value to Nima. Even a Kropon crown, but some bad branding of a Kropon presidential town. But 3 presidents have come from a Kropon.
So
Ghana, Kropon is the only town that has 3 presidents in Ghana. Kufado's father, President Kufado, the father, is from a Kropon. General Kufu is also from a Kropon. And then our new president, yes. And so all three are Kufus.
okay.
Yeah. So as for the rebranding, we don't have a problem. But what you can sell is your identity, the ID that he mentioned. That one, you cannot wipe the ID off. It's like you wake up one day and say, okay, then Ashanti Queen. and see
another Prince Otunfo, Prince William Otunfo.
If you try that thing.
Yeah.
So the Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Yeah.
That is where it starts from. When your own things, you're not even proud of your own things. Then I say. So that's what I've got to say. I don't know if Bart will want to add anything.
I don't think I have any comments because I haven't listened to what Reggie said.
Yes, I'm trying to get it.
The last caller did.
But George Quay has also added his voice. When you finish, I'll read it.
Did make a good point that they can rebrand and make it look better rather than trying to copy from somewhere, especially wearing winter clothes in Ghana. It's too hot, you know. And if you see these white people coming to Ghana, they are wearing slippers. Why do you think they're wearing slippers? Because they want to feel free. So why would you wear winter coats and hoods and all that stuff? I have a friend in Kumasi who called me when Chalo ba ya to hood mami why kumi America yeah I was here share hood near there. Right. I'm like, wow, this is getting crazy. So I think I think I support what the last caller said. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. Okay, so George Quay has also added his comment. George says, I was also disappointed when I heard this American thing. We've thrown our cultural identity away. I keep talking about the contra flow of global media. How much of the world are we consuming and how much of ourselves are we selling to the world? This problem didn't start today. That's how come we have places like Russia, Lebanon, London Bridge, Ashama, Lebanon. Why Russia? Have you traveled anywhere in the world to hear a place named after somewhere in Ghana? I think there's one place we are trying to get it. Asante KJT.
Oh, that one, those ones. It's a Ghanaian running like my friend, like my friend Owusek.
Yeah,
Owusek runs. Cantamanto in US.
Yes.
It's a base that you get Ghanaian food.
Yes.
Fly just bought you something from Reggie.
Okay, right. Oh, yeah. Right. So let me finish with George Quay's comment. He says, we play too much. Let's embrace us, bro. Let's own our own. Let's be proud of what we have and flaunt it. Yeah. This isn't just fun. Once upon a time, Acapulco Bay hit our screens and our ladies changed their wardrobes. Let's be careful what we play with. Culture is very easy to influence if we go to sleep on it and take things as joke. Now, when Oting mentioned that the Kumerica thing is not proper, Reggie Rockstone says, and I am the Osekun president, the original Kumerican, and the one thing that originated what you got today. Yes, not Amachidede or Tupac. Respect mine's son. Word.
Is that what? He brought what? He says, no, come, go again.
He said he originated, I said, and the one that originated what you got today.
What you got today?
So Otin is a producer. He records high life. He produces hip life. So he brought the hip life to you. And so put some respect on he being the second president, the original Kumerican. That's what he's trying to say.
Okay, so if the original Kumerican, it means that he likes the Kumerican.
He supports it, yeah.
Good.
Yes.
But the point is that Otin does her life. Did Reggie also bring her life?
Well, I heard it.
Otin does gospel. Did he bring gospel too? And I'm asking.
Yeah, well, no.
Okay. So for me, the fact that you brought hip life, not rap, the name hip life, and the whole energy into the youth, you didn't do it all alone. You got people in the industry who supported you. At the time, people had started rap, and it wasn't doing too well because GBC won't play rap. He came at the time, we were on radio at the time, who were also young, who believed in that agenda, and we all supported. So if today you come and say, because you brought this, whatever you say, everybody should keep quiet because you're second president.
Well, he's got some people challenging him back and forth. A guy said, that's true, you are about the president. That doesn't attend to his people or built outside his home loses his seat. Don't you think so? Reggie says, when you have someone over there who better the genre that inspired a generation and still alive well and still active in 2020, tell me, then if he take my seat. Voice of Kumasi says, that was then. When he held it down for the city, not now. I respect you as Reggie Rockstone, the grandpa of pop music, the first person to introduce rap music into Ghana. But the way I'm pained, I can't call you a second president. Now listen to Reggie. He says, go on and do your part. Talk is cheap. By the way, I'm also busy pushing a Ghanaian dish now called Wache to the world.
Contradicting.
To the world and very busy, so you go and do yours so we can speak on yours. My music input is what you enjoy today. My work speaks for itself. Ask the rest.
Yeah, so
from Kumerica to Wache.
Yeah. I mean, when Akwesi Nyamete recently had the same thing saying he took film to Kumasi and so he should be regarded. I think respect is earned. You will never see me speak as I am the one who did this, so you must do that. I am the one. You know, Zamale, the Ago album, he was on it. He did a lot of almost all the mixing on the album. But Zap Tinbe become so for me. Let people see what we've done. If they want to praise us for what we've done, thank you. But let's not flaunt it on them and say because I have done this, I am untouchable. When I speak, nobody speaks, and so because of that, I can do whatever. And then nobody speaks because I brought up life. Hey, what's independence?
Hey, but you fly. You didn't bring me the report. So this was Reggie and Tokuma's. No, okay. So I just had a screenshot of his response to a thing. He said these are jokey jokes, and y'all reaching much of. Cause Asokwa is not South Dakota, and if you believe this to be true, there are places you can go for help. It is very evident. It is all in humor, and young people do young things. Reggie
no,
is not young.
No, you see, okay, so per this message, Reggie is taking it light.
Yes, but that's how it's always been.
He's saying that we shouldn't take it too serious.
Too serious.
So
yes.
you who take it serious, then you are joking. Okay, good. But you see, Reggie does not know that it took one man who decided to wear his trousers in a funny way, and for 10, 15 years, we're all slagging our trousers in the name of Otofista. Culture, you can think it's a joke, but before you see, it has come to stay. And like I said, even a chief is using it now.
So let me continue. It says, it is very evident it is all in humor, and young people do young things. We must, however, not ignore the very apparent talent that is emerging out of all of this. No. Also, it keeps them busy, and as we all know, the devil works. There's some question. One from one. 11. Now will you be program director?
Today be special day. Program director.
Are you aware of the master class and you are talking like this?
Master class.
Let me finish it. But this guy also has
He's
away.
Money come, we move.
Yes.
Then you say.
Let me finish. Sadiq has an interest in Kumerica, so let me finish. Now Reggie continues to say. Also, it keeps them busy, and as we all know, the devil works with idle minds. Kumasi will never be America, just like I am not really the president of Kumasi. Let them be, and let's support them in their creativity, etc. Black America has a huge influence on this earth very much. And remember, these are our brothers and sisters. So next time you see Slick Rick wearing all that jewelry, look back at our Asante Hine and you will see the connection. We are kings.
America for life.
Andy,
yes,
do you know how hip-hop became synonymous with Adidas?
No.
Run DMC.
Okay.
See
the jackets.
You see, do you know why even politicians, even if something is not true, they hammer on it and before you see becomes the truth.
Even the dress, you see the dress. Now yesterday I was watching the National Builders whatever. Then MBP
why you mentioned to you that he hasn't spoken to the microphone.
He never speaks to the mic.
Whatever. And I realized that almost all the politicians that were there, all of them, the National Service Secretariat guy, almost all of them were in this kaftan.
Correct. Who started it?
Somebody started it.
Yes. So these
the
subtle,
Friday
wear, these subtle things that you see constant, somebody doing it. Let's pick SAC, and let SAC wear a particular thing over time. The African print that we wear as trousers, you know, it wasn't in vogue when we were growing up. Yes, somebody started it too, and now it's everybody wants to wear abstract trousers and they just put a plain top on it. Somebody must just start something like joke and let it be constant, and that's how brands are
discussing America.
I took my kids to a kiddie shop, buying them stuff. After we were just about leaving. The woman asked me, now the Calibos no to be more, and I asked her which one is Calibos, and then she brought some funny hats. And then else you sound of my friend Calibos. Yeah, because Calibos wears it all the time. He's been my friend, but
I think we are overreaching with it too.
See, go to Kumasi now.
I think we are overreaching.
4 years ago, that tricycle kind of car was not in vogue. Today, if you go to Kumasi, it's called Pragia. Kunkumagia. Adum TV, just a few years ago, it has changed our culture. Rosalinda, a type of flowers the women put in their hair, say because they were watching Rosalinda on TV3, and then So for me, I don't take these things lightly. I remember when I used to do mentor, somebody told me once that, oh, I dress like you. I said, how do I dress? I wear shirt and jeans. So you see, even TV3 wasn't showing my trousers, but he watched me on TV constantly and started picking something.
My long sleeves and jeans.
Yes. So I won't take it lightly, like the way they're making it look like, oh, let it pass. We are saying that people should come to Ghana. That is the agenda. Even Sadiq, who's on the other side, believe that year of return is one of the big things for NPV. So if we
today I had my some interesting views on it. Frank, if they disagree.
So if we are still selling the Ghana agenda, whether it is SAC, whether it is Stoneboy, but that's why Stoneboy was motivated by Ambole that he should try and do his music in the name of Ghana and not Jamaica, Then you see that, around the same time, we, the same Ghanaians, are saying that, we are admiring America. So why should I come to Ghana anyway? Why should I come? Because even the Ghanaians are saying they like
me a American ambassador.
Oh, you're American for me.
No, but I think it's because of their music. Because for me, I think they're doing very well.
So for me on America, I think that, not to say that all the points anybody's raising about our culture and marketing Ghana is not legitimate. These are legitimate points. I get it. But I made a point to them that once in a while you have what you call a fad. Something comes, young people, particularly when they are disillusioned, taps into it to give them leverage and take advantage and move. Often it happens. The thing about America is that entirely when we are speaking, it's fine. But you see, it was a whole new social media movement. These were guys that were being trolled. They were being trolled for their language. They were being trolled about certain things, and they were being trolled about.
People always say we don't speak good English.
Yes, and then they took what they were doing, and then turned it around into a campaign to give them some kind of confidence. And then when they did that, they used that to highlight music boys and entertainers that had already been there doing their music nobody paid attention to. But for the whole American wave, they would not have gotten the attention that we're getting, Andy, and you know that.
Yes, true.
The truth is that even the one you're talking, I don't even know their music.
Yes, but Mark, you see, the point is that, Mark,
I don't even know their music.
We, where we did mainstream, just sometimes we are cut off from what is brewing from the base. We are cut off because from where we sit,
yes,
there's something brewing from the base, and it's exciting. Obviously, you would have, even in its rawness, look, now, after of America, we have dead people. We've got Yao Tog.
Asaka.
We've got Kenneth. We've got Reggie. These are rappers that without the American wave, Andy, knowing how our media industry is, or how we are, we will never have shined the spotlight on them. So my argument has always been that, look, when everything comes, I realize, I get it that we as a people, when there's a new information that taps into our whatever, we resist it. Hip life, Mark is there, he'll tell you. Because people were used to their high life, Reggie slang dreadlock looking guy
coming. I don't
coming.
have a problem with the product they're selling. La Mem Gang, I never knew them. To date, I don't even know La Mem Gang. I don't know what they do. But I hear somebody from our other side, those who do the tree side of multimedia. The first time one of them said, "Hey, La Mem Gang, come moving."
My problem has to do with the fact that people sat quietly for these boys to gain a certain momentum, which they are now bringing onto their talents and bring them out. And it looks like people are trying to knock off that.
What we are saying is that the reason why we have become inferior to, in this country, even confident people attempt arrogant.
Yes.
Correct. Because we've been made to think that we're always inferior to the West.
Yeah.
So for me, anytime you try to not to have, I don't have anything against the West, but if you try to let us feel inferior, suppress us the more, and make everything in the West look like it is the ultimate for me.
But this American wave has nothing to do with that. It is the people making their implied, bringing their implied analysis to it.
Why are you changing your sotium? Me, I'll not allow you change my Akropong.
That's what, Mark, I'm saying that.
You can't change my Alajo.
Okay, Mark, if there's something called digital culture, within digital culture, there's what you call skit culture, where happenings and commentaries on social media, you try to play around it and create skit around it. It so happened that
what the guys like Kojo Sheldon and the rest.
Yes, it so happened that you see that boys they do yeah and everything. It's fun interesting short skits that people they leverage. But in leveraging it, there is a wave that had gotten the conversation or the narrative. So they kind of leverage it to create skits. But it doesn't mean, so you see the woman where they wear this thing and creating the skit. This woman has been a Kumawood actress for long. Papa Kumasi. And then Papa Kumasi and for so many years on YouTube, UTV.
Sadiq.
Yeah.
You see, we encourage some of these things.
I think
that is why.
I'm not saying we should encourage it.
I think this is what the way you're saying is confused
No,
about, because
see,
it looks like there's some
see,
confusion.
Andy,
is it about the music? Is it about the lifestyle?
Yes. So
Andy,
if you
it is in the roots of the Ghanaian. It is only in Ghana that you hear some of this music and thanking God for visa. I got the my passport and visa.
sometimes it be the morality too.
See, I agree, but do you know why it is like that? It is because in your DNA, you've been made to feel inferior from ground.
Well,
See, I went to American embassy.
Yeah.
American embassy. And I went to fight the Nigerian in front of American embassy who disrespect Ghanaians. I was dishonored the visa, and I am cool. You know why? The guy sees that Obiya am Monton again because he's Ghanaian. He's bound to a next door neighbor Nigerian because he's standing in front of American embassy. And I said, why do you talk to my people like that? You can talk to Osmo. He said, Master, you can't do 2 no for you. I said, so what? If I do 2 no, what? Because in his mind, the Ghanaian feels inferior.
Mark, there's a general social problem that has been fixed. Why everybody is trying to cast that general social problem on a wave these guys have? You see, in marketing, a campaign, you create campaigns. So when you create a campaign to gain a certain top of mind and leverage it and move. Let's see this as a campaign these guys have done because of its ability to generate the conversation, because of its ability to the fact that they turn around what people were trolling them with, which is that, and now they are, and I told you, Andy, that it's like hip life. Same,
a lot of people despise it.
The people despise it, but at the end of the day, we had gems come out of it, or Bravo and Co come out of it, and then we found level ground. These boys,
I beg you, hip life wasn't, maybe you were not there at the time. What do you have many years?
No, 35.
35, so you were not there.
No, but I thought I was following. Let me stop.
You're only hearing the peripheral stories.
Our parents, they...
But even me that time, you know my age. Even me, I was 21, 22.
I was just barely 10 or 11
you were 6.
That time.
Because she went like me giving me, I was younger.
See.
Hey, Andy, you younger. Andy says he was younger.
Oh, no, Andy.
94 now.
Did you go for Michael Jackson's funeral?
Andy, 94 now we're younger. 94 now we're DJ.
Oh, Master. 94 now we're secondary school.
All we are saying is that we, the people in the arts, that is why tourism, if you go to tourism right now, Ministry of Tourism, they will tell you that they believe that they couldn't become who they are without the arts.
The arts, yes.
Because
it's a content.
We control a lot of the mind game in society. Yes. So that is why I made the statement I made on Shatawale the last time. That some of the things he's done would affect him moving forward. Especially now that you're putting him in the books and all of that. So let's assume that we didn't even know. Now we know.
How do we shape them?
We are the ones who are supposed to mold the minds of our people. The things we put in our music, the way we speak, the things we say. As I sit here, I don't know what my daughter is doing. My daughter could be watching Americans. Daddy has not seen Americans.
It's a fad.
Before you see, my daughter is thinking in that direction. Yesterday, I was telling that I will not marry from a poor home. And then he was laughing. And I gave my reasons. Because it's my worldview, how I was brought up. Yeah. How you are brought up, the things you hear, your society, your environment, will make you who you are. So if you listen to our gospel musicians, listen to the things they say. Sometimes people say, oh, Andy,
I want to do some exercise, but y'all talk, sorry. Let's look for it and play. I'll show you something.
So,
some exercise on this.
Things to sell Ghana. This one, for the first time, I'll speak for the Nigerians.
Oh, Mark.
They are so proud.
They don't.
But they are so proud of. See how you dress.
Yes. We're more Hausa Zongo tradition. So me as a Zongo Hausa boy, and you see hats no more different. That's hats.
It's a typical Zongo
you see a making of it, but when you see the way it's been
Molded
sewn, together, you know that okay, this is typical Zongo Hausa boy. You could wear something different. Anybody will see you and know that okay, this one will be Zongo boy.
But this one,
from where I come from.
I knew you're a stubborn NDC boy.
From the Zongo.
When I see
That one was the end is one show with me.
Mobutu.
Mobutu.
Mobutu is a- So you can choose whatever you want to call it on social media. But what we are saying is that as a country, the Ghana
Should have been
agenda
validated. Yeah.
must be put into
Right.
the minds of our people.
Right.
Ghana. Ghana is good. Yesterday, somebody called me and said she was going to get a school for a child and a husband. He wanted a school that was studying something in the West, because after that, the child is supposed to go and study in the US. And the father said, "No, I want my child to stay
Mark,
here."
that's what I'm saying, that generally as a society, right, when you look at us, there are certain things that the different social element has failed with, right? I get it that once in a while, when people, generally, if industry had a funnel where a lot of these boys have been rapping and doing their thing for a while and tapping into the global hip-hop movement and doing it, which we've come to accept. Either we call it hip-hop, hip-life. Some of our top musicians have always been rappers or anything like that who have tapped into some of this, and some dancehall and all of that, and have made it their own as much as possible. I'm saying that if we, as an industry, do not have that funnel, and these boys create their own waves to attract our attention and gain the top of mind, let's look at it with a certain open mind and look, can we help to pivot them into a certain direction that makes sense? But as usual with industry, what we'll do is that, or as usual with Ghana, what we'll do is that we'll talk down upon it, and these boys will be discouraged. Nobody will help them to pivot to do anything.
Haven't you realized?
But for years,
Sadiq,
Kumasi has always been, and Mark could tell you because he was a proponent of the Kumasi hip-hop, hip-life scene,
Sure.
right? So it's always been known for hip-hop, hip-life and everything. We've never been giving them that credit. It's always been Accra.
Oh, we do.
Fast forward.
I told you were 6 years.
No, that is
At
not,
the point in time,
no, even when it began,
at
it
the
was
point in
Kumasi.
time, this
So
Tema thing that is happening
Yeah.
or has happened.
It was in Kumasi.
It was, that's why Reggie named
In
himself.
fact, they
as
said
Central
VJMA,
President.
the whole conversation on VJMA started in Kumasi.
That
But
one-
it's not profound.
that
Well,
one I
that's
don't
why they
know.
say the history.
No.
But
I wanna hear
Sadiq,
the history.
haven't you realized that each time Mark talks about the culture, you come in with the music. Do you understand?
Because
no, hold on. That is where Otin came in. The whole argument is the confusion. That hold on, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Because I even said it this morning that I love their music. Away from that, what else do you know about the Kumerica thing?
That's what I'm saying to you, that it's a fad. It's a wave that they created. That wave with the skate culture is gone. But it came along with these boys who were doing what they would probably call the Asaka music. And it shined the spotlight on them. But this Kumerican, in the West, it came on social media. Echo.
See,
But then it's left us with the music.
It could have been done in a different
But
way.
now, Mark,
see
do you know
my
how the
Nima
boys-
boys. See your own Nima boys.
Hip-
Go and ask their history. VIP.
Yes. Hip-hop.
VIP, when they started, they had this flex.
The hip-hop.
Even
The
a dog was part of the group. They come on stage with a dog.
Because Mark, you know why? You see, there's
But it was still
active,
Nima.
no, I get you, Mark. But the active users of music at any point in time are a certain group of people who, most of the time, particularly because of technology today, are tapping into the global trends, right? So when a group of young guys come together,
That is when
whatever
you must even
reason-
sell Ghana more.
I get you, but Mark, what they are doing is that when you listen to them, but the boy is rapping in Tree, for instance. Anybody when you listen to it is like, what? What is he rapping in? And it turns out that he's rapping from Tree, from Ghana. What has the boy done there? I'm saying that rather than, because for Otin cannot tell me that all this while, if he really paid attention to the whole Kumerican craze, he would not have realized that there was a social media wavy element of it that has since been passed. This is how the boys feel now. The boys feel like, okay, your brother been trying to gain
And the
attention
woman
of all
you
these
heard
people.
there,
for-
Bonnie
No, child, play.
But sorry,
No, but I
and
like
they
it.
play the people. Play the people that
But
are-
yesterday, sorry was
this
on
is
what?
the goodies that came with. So if once we shouldn't throw it out all out. I'm saying that savor the goodness. The one that is going is going.
I hope they are not
Let's help
performing
to
on
engage
3 music
these
hours.
boys. No, not yet, because I've not even started to work towards that. But if
Yeah,
these
but-
boys gain the attention for hip hop, best hip hop music, best audio, I think it is fair that we give it to them because they've done well.
All
Even
right,
for VJ.
let's listen to your talk. It was what trending number one on what, Billboard
Even
200?
on these particular platforms and everything. If I tell you, say the active users of music, right, are tapping into it and listening to it, it's gotten the conversations and everything. there's a global trap hip hop movement that has been. These boys tapped into it, but these boys, they've been doing music for long ago. And so this is how these boys genuinely feels that okay, we've been trying to get attention of these people for a long time. Then there is this wave, Kumerica, that came, which created excitement on social media, which is usual with digital culture anyway. And then they tapped into it. Once they tap into it, now that particular fad is gone. The whole FSN is gone. It's like it was joke. It was Twitter thing. Now the music element is coming out. What I was expecting is that with an open mind, look to the music part. That people play that people's Otangunu right now. Tap into it. Help these boys grow. Then they can pivot.
Our minds are not open.
Listen, did you ever know an artist called Swazibi?
Yeah, Mark artist Swazibi.
Mark's artist.
Yeah, Mark artist Swazibi.
So Swazibi, I just chanced on something on Facebook. 15 hours ago, Swazibi wrote.
To produce artists.
Charlie.
So what?
Swazibi Sassy Pack. You know Sassy Pack?
I know kind of.
Why?
But I know Swazibi. I know the Mark produced Swazibi, Lord Kenya, Achiame, which is Ochami Kwame, Ochami Kofi. Mark one probably. I done the best.
Yes.
That's
the
tallest.
Tallest.
Bakisi.
I done the best.
I'm not finished.
Mention Mr. Solomon.
Let me give you
Let
me read this.
23,
24.
Very young. Yeah. Now check this out. Swazibi says rap in Ghana has been switching cities ever since. Yo, it was Kumasi in the beginning, but Accra brought the vibe. Switched from Osekum to Accra since the Jama time and Tema took over with the swag. Yo, this American stuff is a whole new level. Low budget videos, unknown rappers. Get to the core. No extravagance over their destiny in their own hands. Next branding might be Adwa, Asaka, hip hop. We just have to allow the youth to be creative as they want to be. God bless us all.
There'll always be a
you see, we don't have a problem with the creativity.
That is saying something. Yes, as I said earlier.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with the creativity. But these things have subtle ways of working on the minds of the youth that you must work hard to go to America.
My problem is that it's legitimate. But my problem with the people raising the point is that if today you tell them that, okay, guys, it's come upon us, there are some good gems out of it. Artists and art in the ways they come, there is always a clean-up stage. One, do you know that? The way Sarkodie started, when you compare from the rapper Kasari,
we all thought he was funny.
He's cleaned up totally. So they will always I say it in the future.
We don't have a problem with the music. We don't have a problem with the music.
Mark,
yes, everybody takes a U-turn. Everybody takes a U-turn at a point in time.
Yeah, everybody.
But what we are saying is that let's not encourage people to think that you can only make it in the West. My father called the whole family.
This is a legitimate one.
It's a legitimate concern from us.
Yes. How many of you will want to live here? In his bedroom, I was the only one left who said he would live in Ghana. The rest of them stayed outside. I'll tell you the story later. What happened? So we must build this country. We must believe in ourselves, and we must conscientize the people about the pride of this country. The Jamaicans have done it. They wear their tattered jeans and their singlet Bob Marley, but you salute him on that small island. Recently, I checked the Jamaicans' population. I was surprised. The 3 million. I was surprised. I said, no more higher jeans. You see, it's a mind game. So I don't have a problem with the music, but I want you to brand like somebody did Nima, Boogie Down Nima.
I get you. So I mean, obviously, so Mark, that's what I'm saying. You see, you are having a more progressive angle to it.
But that's why I said earlier that your commentary is on the music, but there's no problem with the music. We've all admitted.
When a wave comes, it leaves with it some goodness. If you realize the wave will go. Check what's the meaning of fad. Fads will come and go. I'm saying that now. If we are really concerned about helping these boys pivot to shine the spotlight on the goodies of Ghana, I like the Mark angle. How many of us in industry, beyond this talk that we're talking, will take it up a step on us to reach out to these boys? Andy, I've always said to you that as somebody from Kumasi as an elder, tap and help these boys to say, look,
now you are elder.
Well, hey, Mark, the boys, they be young, 18, 20, 21. So Andy's an elder.
But that title for Andy, I'm not confused. Adam Rekuba.
Young sugar daddy.
Adam Rekuba.
So I'm saying that of course, is guiding them and directing them and saying, okay, now, the next wave of the video that you want to do, your song. Mark could tell you that in my conversation, interactions with him, in terms of what's this guy's name? Dasobe. The guy was doing high life. All what Mark did to attract the ears of younger people
was get Lokenya and the rest.
Not the Lokenya alone, self. Even the instrumentation. He tapped into something that was trendy at the time, and he did that. Yes, it doused or whatever, but at a certain point in time, Dasobe, after gaining the attention, he established that cool. He was rapping. Now he's going back to high life. He's cleaned up and trying to help it, but without the top of mind and attention that he's gained from breaking through with the rap and this thing, who go pay attention to him today with this thing?
I said, whatever you are saying, you are right with that. The issue is that where things said that Kumerica has no future, it is dead on arrival because of the confusion.
No, forget him. The thing he put for there, indicates the confusion.
Let's hear that, of course. Let's hear that, of course.
Now, that of course says, he says, Andy, on a lighter note, if we are talking about being proud of what we have and what has been originated from here, we must stop calling Afro pop songs as high life.
I can't.
Because it is that point. Okay, so you see that, that of course main problem. His problem is that every time, for instance, we are quick to talk about, let's promote the Ghana, let's highlight the goodies in Ghana and everything. But what we keep highlighting and pushing there has been adulterated. It's been
it is made in Ghana. Even if it is
this voice also talks that if they are doing this is trap music made in Ghana.
We don't have a problem with the music. You never hear me as Mark saying that. Why did you fuse this instrument?
I'm not referring to you. I'm saying that the commentary that I've seen within the past.
The music itself, every type of music.
Go away with everything, including the music.
Sadiq, every type of music is fusion. Yeah. Every music,
even high life. High life.
Timbaland. Most of the music, the instruments he's playing now, they are from
Asia.
Shamisen and those things.
High life crown. He's always
Teddy Riley. At least one of, I think he's the kiddie chat. He said, he used to play with a band, and he was the one playing the steel drum. You know steel drum? It's South American instrument. Yeah. It's steel. Bio. They play.
I remember Bonnie M.
Yes. So Teddy Riley used to play that instrument. American. So every music is fused, sort of. But what is your identity? Your identity, if you say your identity is high life, make sure you sell your high life. If you say it's hip life, make sure you sell it's Afro, sell Afro. But don't say, the way it's going, we will want to do country life because we and country music in America, we are doing.
So Mark, let's do, I'm trying to see if we can get a commitment from industry. Assuming that this Americans, I agree. Obviously, it's not your thing. You've tapped into it. You are having fun with it. It's left to us with some raw gems. Who are these guys who are doing their thing? Can we make a commitment as industry or even at Hitz FM to say, look, we see what these guys are doing. Let's help them bring them to the level that we want them to, because at least we can point to and say, it left us these boys who are doing ABCD that have attracted our attention. How would we help them to pivot? How would we help them to understand that, you are now moving into a business phase. You've gained the attention. How would we help them to understand that, you're ambassadors of the country and you also play a role in developing and pushing the agenda forward? Can we, as maybe industry, as people, take that and say, let's do this at least even for that's what I was calling Andy to say, do with this guy. So
that one there's
the
no
direction.
problem. Sadiq,
no, me say that.
Now, listen, Mr. Sawasika says, Andy, the guys were trying to prove that what the Americans have, Kumasi also have. The message was that the message was that you don't need to go to USA to have that life. That was the main reason, I believe.
So that's why they went out.
If your English says, Andy, please tell Mark the guys were being trolled because they spoke Chi, their local language. So the trolls are the ones with inferiority complex. Original Slice says, hold on. He says, Andy, you hear what Wafa Mark said about Nigeria and their culture? I watched Burna Boy's interview with Trevor Noah on The Daily Show. He entered and greeted them in their language and said, yes, I'm Nigerian before they started the interview. They do it better than us. Now, Olan General says, Andy, please tell Mark to extend Daybreak to 11 a.m.
Mark,
I'm not taking one before.
Mark,
never. Because it's way. Take me go Kumasi, make I go set up Love FM.
But as the time they set up, then where you stay for Kumasi?
Now you're that studio.
Asafu.
Oh, yes,
No,
Asafu.
I'm a com.
Traffic light.
Language. I'm a comedian.
Isfab says, please read this message for me, Andy. If Mark is going to talk about the culture thing, tell him to start speaking our local language. Everywhere he goes, that's our culture. You're all speaking English everywhere you go, but laugh at people who speak Gantry and others. Oh, that's not English.
But he doesn't know that English is part of our culture. English is. It's French that is not. That's why when President says you should go and study French, people almost beat him up. Remember when President said you should all learn French?
That's all no okay French in
Brutal.
But again, people they mistake what culture be.
Yes.
Everybody feels they refer to tradition or traditional systems, customs as only culture. Culture is dynamic. It picks on as it goes.
Joko says, Andy, they're just eating. It looks like the music trend is now moving from Accra to Kumasi. They don't like it that way. That's why Mark is criticizing the movement. Asaka music will get global recognition soon. America to the world. Papa Williams says, Andy, hoodies are worn by all rap artists in Ghana, including Sarkodie and all. Tell Way your team to leave Americans alone. Nobody is helping the boys. That's why they are helping themselves with this lifestyle. I'm sad, I'm still uncomfortable.
But you know why they will not understand? Because right from scratch, that thing that I'm talking about, we've not been able to tell our children that you are proud Ghanaian. I want you to become a great. You know, some fathers talking to the souls of their children.
Yeah, I do it every time.
Correct.
Mark,
when Sadiq's father calls, when Sadiq is talking to the father on phone, me
the same thing. Me those times, those times I'll be fooling around. I'll be fooling around at home.
If you go for Zongo, beyond my father, if you go for Zongo, when you are near
oh, that's Zongo there, hard boys. No, but on the most, what Mike just said, Sadiq, me, those times telephone was show. You know, there were no mobile phones. Yeah. So I remember at one time I had been ready for school. Then they said old boy had called. Telephone was upstairs. Our room were downstairs. So I got up, picked up the phone. Somebody me had to fight my mommy. Obi apata make come out of you. They come right there on the phone. One hand at the back. Pacho Debbie. Damn Pacho. Yes. But no say back to minute that in casa because what they bet to it.
My father Alaji Abu. Larger than life. Every time they were in Agbada.
Oh, more than I say yeah. So 9 p.m. Wednesday, 3rd August. Your dad is gone. At the morgue, when I wanted to call his name to see if really he was dead, I'm saying, Gumechi. Da. Because I was not so happy.
Nana he just stepped in. He said, I'm listening to you. Music is the #1 catalyst for development in Ghana. It is an industry that has created the most success stories. We aren't listening to our hearts. Music is the way forward. I would love to be on your show one day. Charlie, come, Nana.
On the hoodie thing. On the hoodie thing. Again, people they wear the hoodie, obviously they pick it from America, but lately we've seen what? We've seen Kente hoodie.
Yes. Recently I wore one.
Good. So I see what Mark is doing that. Let's pivot. Okay, yeah. Fad no element no echo. Music in Abba. How do we pivot? Now let's all help them to pivot. That's a good, and the people are not getting it.
The argument.
They will not get it because the foundation in their minds is not what we are saying. See, your worldview, my worldview is different. But their worldview is that, let me tell you something. Somebody works with multimedia. Years ago, I was on a show with him on Pandit. I'll not mention his name. Off air, I'll tell you. And then George Quay said, culture.
Josh Quay was the host at the time.
Yes, and the person said, Ghana doesn't have a culture. I'm telling you.
Ghana doesn't have a culture.
A culture.
Industry or culture?
He says Ghana doesn't
because
have a culture.
I know that cliche that people always say, people always rubbish, but we don't have an industry.
But we have industry.
Who need culture? Because Sunday, Kumasi, a mutual say it's happening or it's not happening.
A year be a Saturday.
It's culture.
We have a culture. So when the person says to us, I say, Kai, your problem. This person is a radio presenter. He sits on radio. Reputable brand, and this person communicates to people every day. Even him is thinking that we don't have a culture. So would you blame these people who just some of them who send the message? Because in their minds, and again, it comes back to governments, myself, our government, NDC or any other government. We don't put a lot into culture. So when I went to Germany, the Germans said that because if you leave the industry to capitalists, you find America. So the German government makes input into their film industry. So that by this time that we are doing America,
and even their music, you forgot Goethe Institute.
They will contract someone to do a counter, a movie that will change the minds of the people and let the Germans know that they're untouchable.
Even that, I say one single move by President Kufuor to say, okay, all of you, on a particular Friday, who will go where Friday were. But started to glamorize it. Today, within the last few whatever, today I have a meeting, a major meeting. I've never gone into my meetings with my jacket. This is what I wear.
Chocolate day.
I have a tailor. I have a tailor that is doing it. Regan.
Yeah.
I mean, guy,
I'm sending my clothes to him too.
I
I'm
got
sending
blue
him.
ones I to go pick. I feel comfortable. I'm fine. I travel around and everything. When I travel meetings, everything. It's been a while we travel because of COVID. But if I have to travel, we are not.
So it's a mind game. All we are saying is that we've heard. It's good you took some of the phone calls. So we've seen that there are some people who still do not understand the thing. But better late than never.
Right.
As Ghanaians, let's work on the minds of the people.
Thank you very much for listening. Today we've given you an extension of the. All of you who are saying we should extend this.
Mark promised us that now Daybreak it's 11, 12 Friday. This be your anchor programming. What are you talking about?
I think I've become the PD.
When you, it's not say he's getting the PD to speak.
Because this is your anchor program.
It's not from 6 to 11.
It's getting all the commercial whatever. Boy.
Promise you also get to watch it or
after Daybreak it.
Yeah,
This is Hitz.